reality. Purification is how you move out old energies, stale memories and reactions that no longer serve your spiritual essence. And attention is the process of noticing reality whenever it peeks through the mask of illusion. It's the way you notice and acknowledge spirit. Let me break these three things down for you. Meditation. In every culture, there have been taught means to get in contact with one's inner reality, the silence that lies beyond thought. Commonly, people think of prayer or sitting in silence as forms of meditation, which they are, but more concentrated methods have been developed in the Eastern traditions. Without telling you which method to follow, I think everyone would gain by exploring some means of learning to contact inner silence every day. Whether you use a breathing technique, a sound, or a visual image, whatever can lead you to transcend the contents of your mind, getting you beyond the inner dialogue to a place of silent awareness is effective. This silence is the womb of creation. It's your source, as well as the source of all the love and peace in the world. To build a lasting acquaintance with silence is the same as building a house of light that one day you will move into as your true home. Purification. By purification, I mean getting rid of old conditioning, old limitations. When you are in the grip of illusion, many kinds of images and habits and reactions have become second nature. These are mind-body images imprinted in our memories but also in our cells, which keep a totally accurate bookkeeping of every experience we've ever had. As a result, it's extremely difficult to see past old imprinting to find the reality beyond them. So it's important to start to clear these outworn, conditioned energies that no longer are relevant. All such images born of separation tell you that you have to protect yourself, that life is a struggle, that no one will help you survive unless you help yourself. These are all ego messages, and even though we all follow them, they can be steadily eliminated so that we aren't so dominated by their voice. Many techniques exist for moving old energies. Therapies of all kinds are useful in addressing old pain and suffering that is still having a residual effect inside you. But it's also effective to take time for simple activities like walking in the sunshine, enjoying the physical sensation of being alive through simple exercise. The important word here is release. If you can release old feelings and images and memories, then they no longer can have power over you. On the other hand, what you haven't released, you will be forced to compulsively repeat over and over again. What we call addictions, for example, are just compulsions to repeat the same futile need over and over again. Why? Because release hasn't been achieved. So the only recourse is to visit the same conditioning over and over again. Release comes in many forms. We begin with honesty and self-awareness. Begin to express your feelings as you have them, in the moment. Instead of holding on to your reactions, let them go. Laughing, crying, screaming if you have to. There are many natural outlets for reactions. One thing is certain, however, if you try to control your reactions and deny them, if you shove feelings down, you will only be adding to the conflicting voices inside you. These voices are crying out because they want to rejoin that part of you that is already settled and at peace. Fragmented energies must be faced, listened to, and then released. Attention. Hundreds of times during each day, Spirit makes itself known to each of us. Sometimes these manifestations are extremely indirect. We might have a thought of someone who immediately calls on the phone. We might think a word a few seconds before somebody says it. We might notice minor coincidences that quickly get dismissed. Yet all these are openings to spirit. Why? Because they do not fit into the normal model of cause and effect. Cause and effect are the timber that hold the ego's world together. They are little slices of the dualistic world laid neatly end to end. As a wizard sees it, cause and effect do exist, but they are contained as small pieces within a larger reality. This is the reality of awareness, love, and spiritual guidance. Reality exists of these things, but you will only notice them by using your attention. Attention is awareness that hasn't been conditioned. Conditioned awareness doesn't pay attention. It just reacts according to old habits and beliefs. So look for things that catch you off guard. Notice how often during the day your mind comes to rest without any outside object. In this way, you can start building a bridge between the inner and the outer world, healing their separation. A good example is when you wake up in the morning. Before your head gets filled up with any particular thoughts or images, you will find yourself just lying there, awake, and yourself aware of being here, but without content to thoughts. This basic awareness, without any particular content, is that witness we have been talking about. It is the inner value of the witness. But there are also times when your attention goes outward to notice something beautiful, for example, and then the value of the witness merges with things out there. You build a momentary bridge. Through these three means, meditation, purification, attention, you will start living a very different life. Instead of constantly reinforcing your separation and ego needs, which is what most people do, you will be coming out of separation and fulfilling the need to be whole. Finally, we come to the last question that I think we would all want to ask Merlin. What happens after I die? The illusion of separation forces you to believe that something gave you life and therefore can take it away. Yet, what if you are life? What if the silent witness has always been there? A pure creator that never knows death. Only the coming and going of different bodies and different minds. This is the last shift in perspective that marks a true wizard, as Merlin points out in the next lesson.